She was a whole person who fought to free herself. Her wrists were broken from struggling against the handcuffs.
Bones solved fictional murders for 12 seasons, but some cast members faced very real scandals, lawsuits, heartbreak, and tragedy off-screen. Honestly, learning what happened to David Boreanaz and others shocked me most. David Boreanaz was born on May 16, 1969. He played Seeley Booth, the former Army sniper turned FBI agent who became one of the biggest reasons Bones Contrast helped build one of television's most memorable partnerships and eventually one of the show's most beloved romances. Across 245 episodes, Booth became the emotional center of the series. Before joining Bones in 2005, Boreanaz had already built a huge fan base through his breakout role on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and later the spin-off Angel. He successfully avoided being trapped by one iconic role and proved he could lead another long-running hit series. Off-screen, he made headlines in 2010 after publicly admitting to an extramarital affair involving Rachel Uchitel, who was also linked to Tiger Woods. The controversy damaged his image for a time, but he remained married to Jamie Bergman and continued raising their 2 children together. Emily Deschanel was born on October 11, 1976. She played Dr. Temperance Brennan, the brilliant forensic anthropologist whose intelligence and emotional evolution made her one of television's most memorable female characters. Brennan began the series as someone deeply uncomfortable with emotion, but over time, viewers watched her become a wife, mother, and far more emotionally open person. Emily appeared in all 245 episodes and helped shape the show's identity from beginning to end. After the series became a massive success, she and David Boreanaz entered a legal dispute with Fox in 2015 over alleged unpaid profit participation. The case attracted major media attention because of the enormous financial numbers involved. Away from legal headlines, she built a stable life with husband David Hornsby and their 2 children. But another beloved cast member chose privacy over Hollywood attention. Michaela Conlin was born on June 9, 1978. She played Angela Montenegro, the free-spirited artist who brought warmth into some of the show's darkest storylines. While the series constantly focused on murder investigations, Angela often reminded viewers that the characters were still human. Her relationship with Hodgins became one of the most beloved romances in the series. Michaela stayed with the show for its entire run and became a fan favorite because of her natural charm. Off-screen, however, she has remained extremely private compared to many Hollywood stars. She quietly built a family life and has worked hard to keep her children away from public attention. That decision made many fans respect her even more. But Angela's husband on the show also had a very unexpected personal journey. TJ Thyne was born on March 7, 1975. He played Jack Hodgins, the wealthy scientist obsessed with bugs, conspiracy theories, and bizarre experiments. What could have been an annoying character became one of the show's funniest and most lovable personalities because of Thyne's performance. He appeared throughout the show's entire run and handled both comedy and heartbreaking storylines, especially after Hodgins became paralyzed. Off-screen, his romantic life had several dramatic twists. He famously proposed to model Leah Park in an elaborate European proposal that later ended in heartbreak. Years later, he found love again, proposing to Christine Lee in 2025 before marrying her later that same year. Fans were thrilled to finally see him get a happy ending. But the Jeffersonian's boss also faced personal struggles away from cameras. Tamara Taylor was born on September 27, 1970. She played Dr. Camille Soroyan, the calm and authoritative leader who stepped into a difficult role after Season 1 changes. Replacing an established character could have damaged the show, but Tamara quickly made Cam feel essential. She balanced discipline, humor, and emotional vulnerability throughout the series. Her romance storyline with Aristu became one of the show's most underrated relationships. Off-screen, her marriage to attorney Miles Cooley ended in divorce in 2012. Since then, she has largely stayed away from public drama and keeps her private life extremely quiet. In an era where celebrities constantly chase headlines, her silence became surprisingly rare. But one younger cast member delivered one of the most heartbreaking exits in the show's history. John Francis Daley was born on July 20, 1985. He played Lance Sweets, the young FBI psychologist who was initially underestimated because of his age, but eventually became one of the show's most beloved characters. Fans loved his humor, emotional intelligence, and relationship with Daisy. His sudden death in Season 10 remains one of the most painful moments in Bones history because viewers never expected the writers to remove him so suddenly. Off-screen, his story became surprisingly inspiring. Instead of chasing more acting roles, Daley successfully reinvented himself behind the camera. He co-wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming, 2017 film, and later co-directed Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Patricia Belcher was born on April 7, 1954. She played Caroline Julian, the sharp-tongued federal prosecutor who could instantly make Booth and Brennan uncomfortable whenever she entered a room. Even though she appeared in only 55 episodes of Bones, Caroline became one of the show's most unforgettable recurring characters because of her fearless attitude, brutal honesty, and perfect comedic timing. She often delivered some of the funniest lines in the entire series while still feeling intimidating enough to keep the Jeffersonian team under pressure. Before joining Bones, Patricia had already spent decades building a reputation as one of Hollywood's most dependable character actresses through countless television and film roles. Unlike many celebrities, she has kept her private life remarkably quiet for years and rarely discusses relationships publicly. Her consistency helped her build one of the most respected careers in Hollywood. But another fan favorite left viewers heartbroken after one of the show's most controversial twists. Eric Milligan was born on August 25, 1974. He played Zach Addy Brennan's brilliant young protege, whose storyline remains one of the most deep-hooded in Bones history. Zach quickly became a fan favorite because of his intelligence, awkward humor, and loyalty to the Jeffersonian team. That is why viewers were stunned when the Gormagon storyline completely changed his future and led to one of the show's most shocking exits. Many fans still believe the writers made a mistake by removing him so early. Off-screen, Eric earned enormous respect for openly discussing his journey with bipolar disorder and helping reduce stigma surrounding mental health. In 2012, he married his longtime partner Charles Michel. While Zach's story ended in tragedy, Eric's real-life story became one of resilience, but another intern brought a completely different kind of chaos. Carla Gallo was born on June 24, 1975. She played Daisy Wick, one of the most energetic and socially awkward interns ever introduced on Bones. Daisy often overwhelmed people with nonstop enthusiasm, awkward honesty, and chaotic energy, but fans gradually fell in love with how genuine she truly was. Her relationship with Sweets became one of the show's most emotional storylines, which made his death even more devastating because she was pregnant with their child. That heartbreaking storyline remains unforgettable for longtime viewers. Off-screen, Carla built a far quieter life. She married screenwriter Mark Satterthwaite and welcomed 2 daughters while continuing selective acting work. But another late addition had the impossible task of replacing a fan favorite. John Boyd was born on October 22, 1981. He played James Aubrey, the FBI agent who joined the show in Season 10 after Sweets' death. Replacing a beloved character is usually a losing battle, and many fans initially rejected him. However, Boyd slowly won audiences over by making Aubrey feel completely different from Sweets. He brought confidence, humor, emotional maturity, and helped Booth through some of his darkest moments. By the final season, many viewers fully accepted him as part of the team. Off-screen, he has maintained a private marriage with actress Nicole Vicious since 2012. Strange online death hoaxes have circulated about him in recent years, but those claims were completely false. But one original character disappeared far earlier than many fans expected. Jonathan Adams was born on July 16, 1967. He played Daniel Goodman, the original director of the Jeffersonian during Season 1. Although he appeared in only 22 episodes, many longtime fans still wish he had remained longer because his calm authority created a very different energy in the show's early years. His sudden disappearance remains one of the earliest casting decisions fans still question today. After leaving Bones, Jonathan built an incredibly successful voice acting career. His powerful voice helped him land major roles, including characters like Galactus and Dormammu in animated projects. Leaving Bones early clearly did not slow his career down, but another recurring star quietly became part of one of the show's best romances. Paige Vidot was born on April 10, 1982. He played Aristo Vaziri, the forensic anthropologist whose storyline evolved far beyond what many viewers expected. He was first introduced using a fake accent before the writers revealed his real personality, and he gradually became one of the show's most respected recurring characters. His relationship with Cam became one of the show's most mature romances and gave later seasons emotional stability. Before acting, Paige competed as a professional tennis player. Since leaving Bones, he has continued acting while publicly supporting stronger Middle Eastern representation in Hollywood. He is married to actress Nora Zehetner. Tiffany Hines was born on September 2, 1983. She played Michelle Welton-Cam's adopted daughter, a recurring character who brought something Bones been introduced by a different actress before Tiffany permanently took over the role and made the character her own. Her natural chemistry with Tamara Taylor helped those family scenes feel believable. After leaving Bones, Tiffany continued working steadily in television. She appeared in Nikita and later portrayed Toni Braxton in the biographical film Unbreak My Heart, proving her career continued long after leaving the series. Michael Grant Terry was born on August 30th, 1984. He played Wendell Bray, one of the most grounded and relatable interns ever introduced on Bones. While many rotating interns were intentionally eccentric, Wendell stood out because he felt like a normal person trying to survive in an extraordinary environment. Coming from a working-class background, he had to fight harder for opportunities, which made fans connect with him quickly. His quiet determination earned Brennan's respect and gradually made him feel like part of the Jeffersonian family. His most emotional storyline came later when Wendell was diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma, a rare bone cancer. Off-screen, Michael has maintained a quiet family life with wife Christine Serralo and their daughter. But the next actor lived a life even more dramatic than anything written for the show. Ryan was born on April 20th, 1941. He played Max Keenan Brennan's long-absent father, who slowly became one of the show's most complicated and emotional recurring characters. Even though he appeared in only 24 episodes, Max left a major impact because of his criminal past and deeply emotional relationship with Brennan. Long before Bones, Ryan was already a major Hollywood star through movie, Love Story, 1970 film, and Paper Moon Screen. His life was filled with major public drama, including his turbulent relationship with Farrah Fawcett and a highly publicized legal incident involving his son in 2007. Ryan passed away on December 8, 2023, age of 82, leaving behind a complicated but unforgettable legacy. But another late-season intern brought a completely different energy. Laura Spencer was born on May 8, 1986. She played Jessica Warren, one of the most emotionally open interns in the later seasons of Bones. Jessica brought a fresh personality to the lab because she was far more expressive and instinctive than many of Brennan's previous interns. Although she appeared in only 11 episodes, she quickly became memorable because of her humor and emotional honesty. Outside of Bones, Laura gained additional recognition through _Show, The Lizzie Bennett Diaries, the web series, _Show, and The Big Bang Theory, a TV series, and Two Broke Girls 9, and has continued maintaining a relatively low public profile. But one intern became famous for making everyone uncomfortable in the funniest way possible. Joel David Moore was born on September 25, 1977. He played Colin Fisher, the deeply pessimistic intern whose dark humor made him one of the most unusual recurring characters on Bones. Fisher constantly made awkward comments and expected the worst in every situation, but fans gradually loved how unpredictable and strangely funny he was. Even though he appeared in only 16 episodes, he remained unforgettable. Outside of Bones, Moore expanded his career by appearing in James Cameron's Avatar and later returning in Avatar: The Way of Water. He later married Kinneret Moore and built a quieter life away from Hollywood drama. Ryan Cartwright was born on March 14, 1981. He played Vincent Nigel Murray, the endlessly trivia-obsessed British intern whose sudden death became one of the most heartbreaking moments in Bones history. Vincent's constant random facts often annoyed the team at first, but viewers gradually fell in love with his intelligence and kindness. That is why his shocking death left audiences completely devastated and remains one of the show's most discussed moments years later. Off-screen, Ryan has remained far more private than many of his former co-stars and has continued acting steadily without chasing constant media attention. His emotional exit remains one of the moments fans still talk about most when remembering the legacy of Bones. For many fans, Bones was far more than a crime drama. For 12 seasons, it gave viewers unforgettable mysteries, emotional relationships, and characters that truly felt like family. Behind the scenes, these stars faced real-life scandals, lawsuits, heartbreak, career changes, and personal losses that were often just as dramatic as anything written for television. Some found lasting happiness, others rebuilt their careers, and a few left behind heartbreaking legacies fans still mourn today. Comment below with your favorite Bones character. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.